Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today is day 2 of the So Natural Dane handcrafted holiday, and today I will be going over Wawak. And I understand it's pronounced Wawak or something to that nature, but you know what? It don't flow off my tongue like that. So we are going with Wawak. And so let me just point out here that this particular issue that I have does expire October 2019 at the end of this month. So, however, again, you can get the catalogs if you're on their mailing list, but you also can check this out online. And again, this is not an affiliated video or sponsorship or anything. Again, I just want to share what I see as some of the tools and things that are very good to have in your arsenal and different things that I may purchase from Wawak. So let's just get started. The first thing I want to point out, if you are familiar with Wawak, they do features, and you can see Wawak does have a YouTube channel, and so you can see this video there. But I really liked this one that they feature. It's actually called Unshattered, and it's handcrafted bags by women winning their fight against addiction. How awesome is that? That is the customer profile, and you get to read the testimonies and the stories of different people that have overcome obstacles in their lives and how they've been able to use this organization and be able to begin their healing process. So just very good. So check that out. So let's get into some of the items here on here in the catalog. And again, you can find these online. I will leave a link as well. But let me just start out with the things that I get from Wawak. They are zippers. I tend to get a lot of, if I need individual zippers, I tend to get my individual zippers from Wawak. And as you can tell, they have very good prices. The more you order, the lower the price is in quantity. So based on your quantity. So if you get 10 plus, you're paying 17 cents. Or if you get the nylon invisible, you get 10 plus, you're paying 33 cents per zipper. So that is the benefit of ordering from Wawak, is that you can get, and they're really good zippers. I will say that, excuse me. That you do get from Wawak. So I do highly suggest that go online, check them out, and they do come in a nice range of colors, definitely depending on the type of zippers that you get. And here are just some other different zipper types. You got jacket zippers here, dress, pants zippers, things of that nature. And so that's what these first few pages are, is really just showing the different type of zippers that are available. And then here, as you can see, and Unshattered mentioned this in their article, but they do get a lot of their bag making supplies from Wawak. So you see you have some zipper parts, zipper pliers, different things of that nature that you can get from Wawak. And here, which is nice, and again, the color chart, depending on how it prints out, is very close to what the actual color will be. But here, this is the Mara thread that I get. A 70 weight is what I get in particular for handbag making, because that is what was recommended. I'm in a lot of different groups, and so that was recommended. And so I did test that on my new Janome. So you'll have to go back and check that video out. But again, based on the quantity that you get, the more you buy, and the spools are much larger than the ones you get at Joann Fabrics. Now, granted, I still do go to Joann Fabrics from time to time if I don't plan ahead for the different threads that I need, but I use Gutermann. My machine loves Gutermann thread, and so it's just nice if I can plan ahead. That's the key. That's the key word, plan. Then I will get my thread from Wawak as an option. Just one place. There are other places, but as an option, I will get my threads from Wawak. And then, you know, I have the chart here, and I can go off the type of colors that, and I will say the color chart does pretty much match up with the threads that I do receive. And so I must say it is a very good bargain for the price. And if you can plan ahead, again, that's the key, then you will be good to go. So here are some other threads. They do have the Coats Dual Duty. I found that that doesn't necessarily work for me in my machine as much because it leaves a lot of lint behind. I don't know if anybody else experienced that, but the Coats tends to leave a lot of lint behind in my machine, which makes it, you know, I have to really clean it all the time. But then you have your larger spools over here in different types. Wawak has their own brand, which I have never used. So if anybody has used the Wawak thread brand, please leave a comment down below and just let everybody know, let me know how you like it. But I've never used it before. I'm willing to give it a try though. And then you have your serger threads. I have ordered serger thread. They tend to have that on sale quite a bit. So sign up for their email because you will get notified when that price goes down. You definitely want to jump on top of that. And of course, the more you buy, the more quantity, the larger quantity, the less expensive it is. And then you have different types of threads here, larger spools and different things of that nature. Blind stitch thread. You also have some invisible thread, which I just learned about recently. So I definitely want to try that. And then you have your jean thread, your top stitching thread. If you tend to sew jeans or denim a lot and you like a particular top stitching thread, you might just want to invest in that so you just have it on hand. You don't have to worry about getting it, purchasing it all the time. Or if you run low like me and you have to run over to Joann Fabrics to get it. So then you do have some stretch thread that is available as well. I really do like the different types of threads they have. Granted, I have not used half these different types of threads in here, but the fact that they have all of these different options. You have the embroidery thread as well, and then you have this maxi lock swirl thread. Now, I've seen people use that, like if they made face towels or some kind of towel or something, they outline the border in that thread, in this swirl thread. I've seen that. So cute. Or if you're making pot holders or something like that, again, gift ideas, but these are nice tools to have in your stash if those are the types of projects that you tend to do. Now they also carry the nylon bonded thread as well. I have not purchased that from them as of yet, but here is what I want to zoom in on. This is a button cabinet tray. You can use it for other things, but I've seen these holders, these trays at actually less expensive at through what is it, Walmart. Can't get my words out. And I will use these. I want that. And I will use that to house my bag making supplies and just put labels on the front of those the shelves there. Isn't that nice? You can also use it for bra findings too. Little knickknacks like that you tend to use a lot. I mean, packs of needles, you can put those in there, your fresh, you know, new needles. But I want that. That is on my list when I do my update of my sewing room. So here are buttons. I've never ordered buttons from Wawak before, but again, you can put those inside the containers too. If you have, you know, you want to color code your buttons or styles of buttons, you can do that as well. Here you have more buttons, but then you also have some of your shirt making supplies as well for those who are into making fitted shirts and tailored shirts. You do have the different accessories and tools here to kind of help you out. They have what is called collar stays. I have never used a collar stay before. However, I have followed Emily Hallman and a few other people I've seen on Instagram talk about collar stays, how they really help make your collar look very professional when you are making those types of items. And so here you also have your snap kits, your plier kits, grommet kits, all that good fun stuff. And so though that is something else, hey, put it on your wish list. Let somebody know that you want them, ask them for a gift card from Wawak. Quite frankly, I don't know if Wawak has gift cards, but anyway, so here I'm just showing the different snap tools, and then on this page is where you'll see your hook and eyes. If you make belts, you have your different type of buckles and different items like that here. What I thought was so funny when I was looking at this page, for those who recall when you were a child, you had to have your mittens attached to your coat. That's what this is. Mitten clips. When I saw that, I just laughed out loud because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I remember having to have those on my coat when I was a little kid so I wouldn't lose my gloves or my mittens because I wore snowsuits. This is when I was living in Wisconsin, of course, but it's so funny. But that was so nostalgic just to see that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Anyway, so moving on, then you have different types of pens, pen cushions, magnetic pen accessories, that type of thing that you can get. Of course, the bended one is usually, I've seen quilters use those, but again, you just have different types here. And then, of course, you have your marking tools. They have a lot of different type of marking tools here that you can use, pens and ink, removable ink. I have quite a few different types of different tools. And then you also have a hem skirt marker. Never thought to get one. I don't know. I understand it's very, very useful and very, very helpful, but I don't know. Here you have a lot of your rulers, your tailor rulers, if you're perfect for grading between sizes for patterns, to have your curved rulers and your different marking tools, different things of that nature. It really does help to kind of keep the shape of the pattern. So when you are grading between sizes, or maybe you're drafting your own patterns, different things of that nature, you have that. Of course, I have this gauge, the button gauge, which I use quite a bit, is very helpful. And then on this page, which I thought was quite interesting, they have layaway tags on here. Well, you see the dress forms, but I thought it was interesting that they had layaway tags because I'm thinking, who does that? But I guess if you have a business, you will still use layaway tags. So yeah, I thought that's quite interesting. They do cater not just to the individual home sewer, but also to businesses as well. And then on this page, you have your different tracing tools, tracing markers, seam rippers, nippers, all the different type of thing. And I actually want this buttonhole cutter because right now I use like a serger ripper to open up my buttons, but yeah, I need this. I definitely need to go ahead and get me a buttonhole cutter. It's much cleaner and it just gives a nicer finish as opposed to a seam ripper. But yeah, these are different seam rippers, and I like these because depending on if you have any issues, mobility issues or anything like that, or arthritis or carpal tunnel, they do have some ergonomically useful tools that you can use that maybe your hands will be able to handle much easier. And then of course on this page you have your different awls that you can use, rotary cutters. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I am down on rotary blades and I definitely need to get these. Now again, you can always compare these prices that's in these different magazines to what you might be able to find on Amazon, but depending on the quantity that you order, you do get free shipping with Wawak, with orders over $99. And then here's some of a lot of people I know favorite tools to have are different scissors, and so and then you have thread cutters. I've seen, I forget her name, the YouTuber that has the cloth cutting machine. That thing just zipped through cutting her fabric. And so, I mean, that's a luxury item by all means, but still, hey, it's nice to get these magazines so you can kind of see that's on a wish list. Is it practical? Do you have to have it? No, not all the time, but there are just certain things you wouldn't mind having, right? And then you also have some trimmers and different things on this page that you might use, little nippers, cutting your threads, different things of that nature just to have. And so they have a lot of different options for different types of scissors and brands. I know Kai is very popular, but yeah, lots of options here as well. So make sure you just check the pricing on those. And then of course needles. Now this will all depend on the type of machine you have, what brand machine you have, the type of needles that you would use, and what you would use them for. which is quite interesting. I've seen quite a few videos. You can look up videos on YouTube that talk about purpose of needles, different types of needles. I know Sandra Betzina has in some of her books, the Sewing Dictionary has a lot of information in there. And these are sewing feet. And this look like these are for industrial, so I can't speak to those, but at least you can see the different types of feet that you can get for your industrial. I don't know if it's regulated to a particular type of industrial, but at least you have the option. And then here you have a lot of your thread stands, different things of that nature that you can get, extra tools and whatnot. And then lighting. I sometimes struggle with lighting on my machine, and sometimes in the room it will be nice to have different lighting. But like I said in my video yesterday, you can buy a lamp, a regular lamp from the big box store, and get you a LED light or a daylight light to plug into those, and then hey, you're good to go. But these are some other options if this is something more specific that you are looking for your sewing space. And then here we have needle threaders. Now, I'll be honest, I have several of these. I don't use them. I find that it's just easier for me just to go ahead and just make sure there's a clean end on the thread and just put it through the needle. Using needle threaders right now, I just don't use, but hey, you have the option here. And then you have some more storage options here that they're showing you, where you can put your bobbins and your thread storage. I've seen people create pegboards actually, and just create their own to hold their threads. And so either you can do a DIY, or if you don't have time for the DIY, you can go ahead and purchase it. And then here they have different serger machines, and then your machine oil, which you definitely want to have. And then they have different prices for it that you can go ahead and purchase. But machine oil tends to last a while, even if, because I do oil my machines pretty much after every couple projects, especially my serger. But yeah. And then your sewing machine covers and different things of that nature. If you don't want to DIY your sewing machine cover, stuff like that, you can go ahead and get. Now they have this duster spray. I don't know why, because why would you want to spray that type of thing into your machine? Because that's just gonna, I would think, clog up your machine, but that's just me. And then you have your gravity feed irons. Now, I really want one of these. I really want a gravity feed iron. That is on my wish list, but that's on my wish list for when we purchase a home. I wouldn't do that right now, because you know you need to attach it and all this, and we can't. We have a lot of limitations on what we can do in our home that we are renting right now. And then you also have different tools and pressing tools on this page. Again, I've talked about this yesterday. I was able to get from a local hardware store or actually here I'm talking about the sleeve board, but I was able to get from a local hardware store a piece of wood for free, very clean, to use as my pressing tool when I'm doing my jeans. And then you have your different ironing boards and Teflon. So if you do heat pressing of HTV or something like that, getting your Teflon pressing cloth from here might be an option for you. But I've also seen them on Amazon as well. And then here, of course, you have your steamers, lint brushes, different things of that nature that you can get from Wawak. And then as we are rounding out, you have here more lint removers. You have your adhesive products, Fray Check. We all have used Fray Check. I've used the E6000 before. Of course, with bag making, I use other types of glue as well. And then you have your brushes and different things of that nature. And then here's some other stuff that I wouldn't use, signs and different things that's more catered towards businesses. Here you have your hangers that you can also get in bulk as well, especially if you're doing proms and big gowns, wedding gowns, different things of that nature. It's nice to have the bags to put over them, and then maybe the hangers. Maybe you're doing some kind of tailoring. If you are into that thing, hey, they have some tools that you might be interested in getting for that. And so I'm just continuing to flip through here. Again, drapery. I'm not into this thing, but at least you know it's in here for you. And then they have interlining and interfacing. Now, for me, that is one thing I still continue to get from Joann Fabrics. What is it? Fashion. I'll put it on the screen if I'm getting this wrong. But Fashion Fabric Supply has very good interfacing. And then, so I've never ordered interfacing from Wawak before. But as you can tell, they do have different options that you can choose from and use in different types of linings that you can choose from. They also have shoulder pads if you use those, different things of that nature in the magazine. And then here you got patches, and so just rounding out the last few things that they have in their magazine. And so again, you do have the option depending on what it is that you're ordering and how much you're ordering. If you spend over $99, you do get free shipping, and they do run other specials. So here they also have, I just wanted to show, they have this seam binding. I've never ordered from them before, but I might have to give them a try just to see how their binding works. And now on this page they have the leather tape up here at the top. I use that. I do use that. I've bought it through Amazon, but I do use that when I am bag making, when I need to fold seams in and hold things in place. And so here are all different types of elastics, and then that's it. And of course they always have specials on the back of the page, but highlighting again, hey, 90 free shipping with products over $99 purchase. And don't forget, go check out Unshattered. Powerful story, very good information. So thank you everybody once again for tuning in today. Hope this was helpful, give you some ideas on more accessories or tools you might want in your stash. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.